Morning, Dean. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, Gundam Girl. Hello, morning. Hello, Rio. Morning. Morning, Axel. Morning, Dewey. I wish I could save you. But I can't, Axel. I'm sorry. Hello, Mizu. Morning. I thought it wasn't. Oh. Baby seed? We haven't even started! You're already calling it a baby seed! Oh. I did see the cards you pulled last night, Dewey, yeah. I don't, you are just the wizard at pulling good cards. What the heck, man? How do you do it? So I was close to trying something a little different with this, but cuz I found the other like generator for this that has like that they're using for like an upcoming tournament or whatever. Because there's some exclusive settings on it, because it's almost like a side branch like you would see in Zooter. But there were a few things I wasn't sure on if I turned them off, if it would break anything, so I decided not to mess with it. I was close to trying, though. Because, like, what it has as, like, things that would be of interest to me is, like, the optional dungeons thing is interesting. I would like to mess with that, but with, like, still, like, slightly tweaked settings from that. There's also, like, a, shoot, what is it? Let me... I kept the generator open just in case anyway, but... Oh yeah, like, there was a thing for, like, more Lanayru and Elden roadblocks. At a roadblock to prevent the player from unlocking Lanayru Elden map at outside Castletown East. Yeah, so, like, there's like a setting to, like, block off more of the overworld, which I think is interesting. Because, you know, I've been saying that this rando, like, at a certain point, the world is just, like, too open, right? And so having more warps, having all the warps available right away is ridiculous. But it's something you kind of just have to do right now. You don't really have a choice. But I could see, like, if that branch didn't have issues, potential issues, because I don't know if they're actual issues if you turn off the specific settings or not. They say that you should generate with those settings, but that might just be for, like, if it's, I guess, if you're doing the settings that they're testing out, I think. I'm not sure. That's why I didn't bother checking. And really the only way to know if there would be issues is if I played a seed in full without those settings enabled, and I didn't want to risk that tonight, so, yeah. Decided to stick with the dev generator still, not this side generator. But yeah, it seemed like there would be some interesting things for me to mess with from it. On his TV, so even though I shuffle the Shadow Crystal, Rio, the maximum amount of time this can take me is 3.5 hours. But I can get seeds as low as, like, 2 hours, and on a particularly good day, I could get, like, a 2.5. 2.5 is about the average, I think. With having, only having to do 3 dungeons. Yeah, no, it's not that bad once you know what you're doing and where everything is and all that. The problem is, like, at a certain point, the problem is that this rando, and it's a symptom of the game, really, is that there's just too many Sphere Zeros. There's too many Sphere Zeros, and you have access to them all, like, way too early. If there were more that were, like, able to be Sphere 1, it would probably have, there would probably be way more seeds that are way more logically interesting, but a lot of the time what ends up happening is that, you end up just, like, very nearly full clearing your Sphere 0, like, almost every time. And you probably get, like, 4 or 5 major dungeon items just from doing that anyway. And then your progression for the remainder of the seed is probably one of your required dungeons, if not 2 of them. And then sometimes you just get a casino at the end. And then you're done. Well, I mean, that's basically kind of sounds like most randos, but it's really not. It has I feel like it has issues because the sphere counts with the only 3 dungeons required are very low. Hello, Ninecat. Hello, Yellow Pikachu. So the most amount of spheres I've gotten for a seed with these settings is 13, I believe. I think it was 13. And that's purely because I shuffle the Shadow Crystal. I've been doing that lately. And then I have random starting spawn. And it makes sense that it would be like 13 or 14 spheres because it's an extra sphere for the Shadow Crystal. Gold Stick and Balatro lost on the final boss and oh, sorry to hear that, Ninecat. Dang. Yeah, Rio, yeah. That's kind of what it feels like most of the time. There's some seeds where I don't end up checking every Sphere 0 check in the seed, but a lot of the time it's maybe like 2 that are left. It was hard as it was it was hard as intended. Yeah, of course, yeah, sure. Let's start now, because I got through my ads anyway. Alright, so where am I? Anything interesting tonight? Right outside Castletown. Yeah, sure, let's take a peek. Let's take a gander. Let's see what's in the shops and all that stuff. So that's not a super interesting spawn point. But I'll take it. Oh, it was South Castletown. I didn't even realize. Okay. Okay, no bugs. Alright, what about pose? So one thing I did change about it for tonight is I set the Poe reward to 10. So I think I set it to where I need 10, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, so it's a purple rupee. Okay. So that's nothing. Good. I did that because I didn't want an unhinted Sphere 0 for pose anymore. I got tired of that. I don't need another Sphere 0 to worry about. And then that last seed, that was the check that had my last item. Lantern to Shadow Crystal. Okay. Oh, okay. Stock Cave, Lantern Chest, Oro's Memo. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so it's hard to balance this game right now. I've balanced it as well as I can, though. Using the Season 1 settings as the base. But I've been trying to balance it more and more over time. Bottle. Ball and chain for 40. Dang, dude. Oh, man, that would be huge. That would get me a few things already. That would be so nice to have. See, now, I have the shops in the pool because I want money to matter somewhat. They are planning on having a setting to, like, make wallets matter more. And that would play nice with the settings I do have. Like, that would be nice. But, oh, whoops. Okay. Let's see. So I guess we're just ultimately heading straight to Ordon from here anyway. Like, when you get a spawn like this, where you're at Castletown, it's just like, you might as well just go to Ordon from there. Because you want to get to Ordon when it's daytime. Right now. Let's see. Okay. So, well, I don't know anything about Balatro 9 Cats. That's why, like, I don't really know how hard that is, but there's always next time, right? It has a ton of logical moving parts and coins. Yeah. So I've seen the game. Like I know it's like a card game, right? But I haven't like absorbed any of it anytime I've ever seen it. It's just I've kind of just like glanced at it and like not really paid attention to it kind of deal, right? But it seemed complicated to me just at a glance. But Ordon to Firus, okay. Star prize 2 is an orange rupee. Okay, cool. We'll peek the freestanding later, because time of day is already ticking. Poker hands, and then you have up to 5 slots at the top that can have jokers that do special things. Oh, okay, that's why I see. That's why the joker is like the main like icon thing. Okay, yeah, I just get back the money that I see. It's funny. Okay, spinner. Linear field spinner track chest is nothing. Alright. Get big number or lose, yeah. Okay. I haven't, like, looked at it too hard, too much, you know? teaches approximation of critical thinking skills, logical order, mathematically, up to exponentation, and risk management. Oh my gosh. Dang. Sounds like a real logic game for sure. Oh! There you go, Yellow Pikachu! We have the Palace of Twilight, but it's foolish tonight. Oh, wow. What a contrast in these dungeons. Oh my gosh. The lowest requirement dungeons, and then, boom! You need everything at the end there. Once at launch. I mean, up until they did the HD version, I'd only ever played it once all the way through. Oh! Ooh. Okay. We get Mad Jack and Zant today? Wait a minute. Yellow Pikachu, how does that make you feel? That both Mad Jack and Zant happened in the same day? How does that make you and Mizu feel? Like... Oh! A bomb bag. Well, now I don't even need the... I don't even need the ball and chain. Other than for combat, maybe. A 14-hour day? Oh my gosh. Just chill out after 5. Just relax. Everything's fine. Everything's good. You now can relax. You can melt into your chair. Oh, you're right. I do need it for Zant. Yep, you're right. You are right. I was already writing it off. That is correct. I probably would have realized that, like, I would have realized that, like, 10 minutes later. I would have said, oh, wait, I need that. Conjuring occurs that I get pounds of time for the next 6C. Oh my gosh! Can you do the same for Mad Jack? I like how he pushed me back, but despite that, me just pushing him ended up still allowing me to win. There we go. I was like, which way am I going? Oh! That's interesting. I guess, okay. I guess I am doing the cat rescue then right now. Okay. This Ordon is kind of nutso. What the heck? Dominion Rod 1. Fishing Rod to get Fishing Rod 2, because this is Plandoed. And then a bomb bag? What the heck? Aw, dang it. Morning, Kaliko. Bo was kind of nice. He was kind of okay tonight. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, this stupid fish. There. Call Eco? Calzone Eco? Okay. Always butcher something, somehow. Calico. Okay. I don't need to get on. I keep doing this because I'm so used to OOT and MM. Although, in MM, with Gorman Bros, I don't need to get on opponent either, so I don't know. Anyway, there's no way I get this as well as I did last time with 24 seconds. Absolutely not. That is never happening again. Yep, it's already messed up. Yep. Yep, this is already doing it. Yep. Come on. These last three, dude. Is this Wah but Bob for Goat? Yes! More to Dinosaur Nuggets. Okay, so it's one of those things that I got. Alright. Let's... I think from here it makes sense just to go to Kakariko anyway. So Ordonophrys... I'm gonna just put it as Fishing Rod or Dominion Rod 1 because the bomb bag could only be path if we find a bow and it's the one check in Kakariko that you need bomb arrows for. Otherwise it has to be one of the other two that I got from Ordon that leads to Iron Boots. Goron Mines. That's just money. Alright, let's go. And I love how the camera gets so weirded out after that. It's so funny. It's like the only time in the game where the camera is just like an N64 camera there. It doesn't know what to do. Ooh, money. Ooh, decent amount of money, too. Is that a silver rupee? Oh no, just an orange. Okay. Seemed like it was a lot. Oh, rupee counter moved up. Sound, but nope. Guess not. I suppose starting on that side of the map, if I had the gate keys in the item pool again, it would probably be interesting. But the gate key behavior is so weird that it's tied to these two, this check here and Rawliss's gift. It's so weird that the gate key controls whether she's here or not. So it would just ruin my time of day routing. Okay, cool. Another orange rupee. Since I don't have Shadow Crystal at the start. Gerudo Desert is foolish! What? Oh my gosh. Okay, Gorge double claw shot chest is nothing. Wonder how soon Isaac will be done with those changes. There's so many changes he has that are not in yet. That would impact my settings so much. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. Oh, water bombs. Okay. I was just looking at something real quick. When do we get what? Huh? Warning cause. It is. It is Fishbowl 2 already. The Fishing Rod 1 was in Ordon, so I have Fishing Rod 2 planned out on Cat Rescue. For this very specific thing, where it's like, if it is required, then I know that I can get Fishing Rod 2 already. So I don't have to hunt for that if Snow Peak Mountain is required. Alright. We made back some of the money I spent on that. Okay, Great Bridge of Hylia is foolish. My goodness. Wow, a decent amount of the overworld doesn't have anything. That's exciting. That just means that there's only Lanayru Spring, Lake Hylia, Lanayru Field, Eldin Field, and Farronfield, and Castletown. But we've already seen most of Castletown at this point. Zora's Domain as well, too, is another thing. Zora's Domain Upper. So, I mean, there's still a lot, but, like, a lot of checks are actually gone. Like, some of the more annoying ones. Anyway. Okay. Nope, that is not a worthy sale of on money. Okay, bigger wallet. Well, CAC did not have much of anything. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do Eldin Field here, and then... because we kind of have to if we're over here. And I'm gonna get the... I guess I need to get the ball and chain? I mean, I think what I need to be doing is actually just going to Upper Zora's River. I think that's what it wants me to do, actually. If I don't find something else soon. Because both of these items, Ball and Chain and Bomb Bag, only get me that, really, besides the Cack Gorge Lantern Cave. But I'm pretty skeptical of that. See, now, because of my condensed amount of overworld checks, the rando is able to place things in a more interesting way. Too late. Or too early. Ugh. There we go. Morning, Lambda. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, this is really interesting start. Okay. Alright, bye, Epona. I don't need you anymore. Ow! Morning, Isradel. Hey, if you get the spinner and it's super fast, why wouldn't you ditch Epona? Oh my gosh, dude. Crazy amount of items here right now. See what I mean? Like, I already have a ton of items. Even with my condensed checks here. Oh! There's the lantern! Very funny progression. Really, baby? Oh, please. He shot me out of the jump there. Okay, dude. So am I really gonna go to domain and stuff right now? I feel like no. I feel like it's better for me to go to Cack Gorge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Cack Gorge now. Like, now that makes me turn around to go to Cack Gorge instead. God, I don't know. I know I said that, like... There's just something more interesting about the way this plays when Shadow Crystal is shuffled than starting with it. That makes it more interesting, more fun, even if, like, I am getting quite a few items here, like I would as if I was playing with Shadow Crystal start, right? I don't know, there's something more interesting, fun about it, doing it this way. Oh. That is interesting because... Oh. That is interesting because you now could go to Goron Mines without the bow. There's Mizu! Alright, so it was Dominion Rod 1 it was talking about for the, Path to Phyrus. Close the log! Alright. Before I consider actually going to Goron Mines, I'm gonna do these things first over here. It would be very silly to put this off. But Lantern Locking Iron Boots, I think the end goal item is Shadow Crystal. And Shadow Crystal isn't just, you know, on a Lantern check in the overworld. I think it's actually in Goron Mines. Which would be really cool to see. Okay. Can chat confirm? I don't know. Can chat confirm? Keep in mind that I need pretty much every single item in the game to beat this seed because of Palace of Twilight. So... But the seed really isn't baby, because I need a lot of items to beat it. Oh, excuse me. I was talking to my mom, chat. Okay. Yeah, she, you know, as parents sometimes do, just, you know, barge in without knocking. You know? She had to ask me something. Oh. You know. Right, yeah, I mean, there was, like, because, I mean, she showed up, you know, so, like, I had to pause. I was like, what? You know? I was like, what? Alright, so here we go. We gotta do this the vanilla way right now. Kinda crazy. But also really cool that this is happening. You never get to see this. I've only done this one other time, but it was like, I don't remember what it was. I think I was about to do it and then I left. And then that's what happened. Yeah, I think I was about to do it and then I left. Something. Link's legs are strong to be able to climb up that with the iron boots. Whoops. Sacred Grove to Dia Baba. Okay. Star Prize 2 still dead. Dude, what are you doing? Leave me alone. He smacked me just to knock me down and then walked away. What kind of jerk is that? I really need for there to be a bow in here. And I hope the Shadow Crystal's actually in here, because I feel like it should be. But, could be wrong. I mean, there's only... What other lantern check is there left? There's actually only just the... Okay, there's only just the one in Ordon that I could get, which is kind of annoying. So I feel like it's gotta be in here. No projectiles does have me worried, though. Gotta make sure this guy is gonna fall. There he is. Get rid of him. Oh, I almost messed that up. That would have been really bad. Okay, immediate boss key. That's actually good, because I don't have a claw shot. But I'd also need the other small keys to play nice with me, too. Nice, got the good lava cycles. Thank you. Okay, another sword. What the fudge? Okay, game. Please, why Are ladders impossible in this game? Why are they so bad? Oh my gosh, dude. Ladders are so bad in this game. Getting nervous about no bow or claw shot in here so far. Or the shadow crystal. Getting nervous. Especially when I just decided to go not take the Ukuku. Alright, well, there's a hidden skill. Every check that is not a bow or a claw shot, I'm crying on the inside right now. Two swords and a skill issue. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you just clipped that. Oh my gosh. I get one more check. Because I can't hit the eyeball, the Vimos. Like, I don't think you can toss a bomb at it. Maybe you can? I'm gonna try. It certainly wouldn't be in logic. I don't think it hits. Okay. It's just regular Master Sword. Okay, we got a couple more checks. Yeah, it's the Master Sword color that is also affecting that too. Yeah, the cosmetic color. See? Doesn't it look pretty? Oh, oh, oh. Barely made that cycle. Whoa. I got, like, all discombobulated there. Okay. Two stars can be found in dungeons. You don't say. Hey, let's go! Oh my gosh. The seed owns, man! The seed owns! Oh my goodness. Y'all can keep saying baby seed all you want. Also, morning, Aurelius. I thought that was gonna happen again. God dang it. Dude! What? There we go. This is all without Shadow Crystal, by the way. Yeah, it's a pretty good bow. Man, if Shadow Crystal actually isn't in here, that's kind of crazy to me. Because, like, I would think Lantern to Iron Boots would then mean that, okay, it's it's gonna be the end path in Goron Mines or whatever. Seems to not be the case. Yep, seed has been validated. Just like that. That was weird. It was like a buffered input there. No! Okay, so I need to hope that the claw shot chest is not anything. I didn't get a claw shot before coming here. Well, yeah, I guess what we would do is we would just go out to Lanayru Field? Oh, I goofed. Well. Because I knew it was going to go back, and then I tried to anticipate that, but I was way too early with it. You know what I just realized what it could actually be with the lantern? It could actually be... Zora's Domain. That would be crazy. I honestly don't think that's a bad push either. From Kakariko. Yeah, it's actually not a bad push. Definitely not the best spot for him to be falling, by the way. I almost couldn't hit him. Yeah, no Shadow Crystal in here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do Linearu Field push then. Or I mean upper Zora's River domain or whatever. Oh, actually, I should go get the Death Mountain Trail alcove chest. Think I can get it anyway? Or maybe I can't. I think I can, actually. There's supposed to be a Goron that, like, helps you up there in the cleared state. And that might be where Shadow Crystal is. Or even Clawshot 1. So I gotta do that first before I go to Zora's Domain. I remember there being something about a Goron being there in the cleared state. We're gonna go and check that out real quick. I mean, this one doesn't take that long to climb up. Unless it's that Goron, but I don't think so. Maybe it is. It is this Goron. Ah, okay. Ah. Interesting. Oh. I don't know which Fairy Gate key that is. Is that the south side or the north side? Because the mist area itself is foolish, so I'd need the other key to get to Forest Temple as a human right now. All right, let's go do what I said though. First. Yeah, I don't know. It just said it'll open the Farron Woods gate. It didn't say anything about which gate, you know? Okay, so we're going to go up to Linear Field, get the underwater chest there, and then go to Zora's Domain. Nice. I knew I missed one. There. This Tektite man every time. Every time! How are they so good? Oh, wow. Oh, dude. That really sucks. Now I wish I had water bombs. Oh, gosh. Now I wish I had water bombs. Oh, man. I'm going up this way, and Ah, that's so annoying. Oh, I can't go back to CAC right now. That's so bad. I can't. I have to keep going. Hell, we needed that. For the record. Very much required. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, man. These iron boots lock like everything. Okay, ice block puzzle is dead at least. Alright, well, here's hoping this is what it's referring to with Lantern. Because otherwise it would be the Ordon check, or I'm missing a claw shot and it's Lanayru Spring. No! Man, if it's the water bombs, dude, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset if it's the water bombs. I really wish you could make that as human, but you definitely can't. So here's the funny part. Oh, let's pick this up anyway because it's arrows. The funny part is Isa Helping Hand is a bad check, but it's actually faster to take that to get back to get to Lake at this point. Okay, that's nothing. Okay. Okay. Alright, so no fishing rod 2 needed this seed. I mean, I guess it is possible for Isa Helping Hand to have the Shadow Crystal. It'd be a roundabout way of how that works, but... could be. That's a heart piece. Okay. Nope, it's an orange rupee. However, like I said, it's probably the fastest way to get to Lake from here, because if I went and took the river back down to Lanayru Field, then I would have to... Oh! There we go! Claw shot! Hello, Quill. My night's going alright. Just gotta fish up a claw shot here. You know, the usual. Oh. Okay, I have it now. I was like, wait, what? You didn't do the major item fanfare. I forgot. Let me confirm what this is. I'm pretty sure this is a heart piece. But I'm just gonna confirm it. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, that's a heart piece. Heart container. Alright, well, let's go to Isa Helping Hand, then. To get down to Lake. And then we just... Unfortunately, now we have a problem. There is one check in Goron Mines I couldn't do. And so now I have to hope that that one check is not Shadow Crystal. Considering how much Iron Boots has locked, that's very scary. This will actually be, like, exquisite routing. It's just too bad this doesn't actually have an item on it that I want. But I truly believe this is faster than me taking Lanayru Field back down. And then, or going back to my spawn. Because going back to my spawn is going to require me to go through two to three different loading zones. Just to get out to Hyrule Field. And then go through another loading zone to get over to the side that you can go down Lake. Then do the Kuko jump to get to Lanayru Spring. Now, I will say that is a downside of this route, is that I will probably... I probably will still route it, it just won't route smoothly. Yeah, Quill. It is. It's a pretty good song. Now I know how some of those locations are foolish. Because that first claw shot being all the way up in Upper Zora's River is pretty bad. Alright, so we need irons out anyway. Actually, no, we need the lantern out first, so... we gotta check the Lanayru Spring lantern chest. And here's another problem. Lantern also now locks Oro's memo, but the desert... Gerudo Desert is foolish, but everything else after that main section of the desert is still in play. That stuff isn't foolish, so the Bulbin camp is not foolish. So that makes this really difficult now. Okay, there's the light sword. But no Shadow Crystal. Oh gosh, dude. Oh Lord. Man, I'm so worried about that. Okay, that was another bow. Yeah, I'm really worried about the water bomb situation. Damn, I'm a curse. I already went to Goron Mines is the thing. Well, there's only one check left in there because I couldn't do it. And this is not an easy situation because I can't warp. So I can't just warp back there to do that one check. The issue is that Lantern locked Iron Boots. And so, because Lantern is on the path to the Shadow Crystal, that means anything that Lantern locks is valid for Shadow Crystal to be behind it. So it's a difficult situation that I'm in. Because now I have Oro's memo available to go get, which is also Iron Boots locked. And Lantern locked. So all of that is valid right now. That's the problem. But so is going back into Goron Mines for the claw shot check that I couldn't do. For all I know, there could be some crazy pathing that lets me get out to, freaking, Farron Woods. Like, North Farron Woods. I have to get the other gate key, and then, the 2 checks right before, Forest Temple is where Shadow Crystal is, right? Am I really gonna do the 2 checks in front of Lanayru Spring and then have to go all the way back over here from the cannon? I guess I'm going to, and then I'm just gonna return to spawn. We've all been sitting around their campfires. I didn't even notice that one that Quill said. Sorry. I was reading the other message. Okay, we'll just do it anyway. Then I warp back to return to spawn to South Castle Town. And do I do the 2 checks there right now? I mean, at this point, Claw Shot could lock Double Claw, and that would be the reason why, like, a lot of the stuff with Double Claw Shot is just kind of dead. Okay. All right. Hello, Danielle. Okay. Oh wait, I can only do the 1 check anyway with Spinner. Can't even do the other one. That's right. I guess I'll just do it then. It's not that long. Hello, Andy. As well. Hello. Hello, hello. Diddy Kong's mask yet? Okay. Alright. You know what? No, I'm gonna put off Star Prize right now. Well, actually, it's kind of on the way, though. It might randomly be Double Claw Shot. Just won't be Shadow Crystal. Nah, I'm not gonna. Alright, so we need to cut through here to get over to Eldenstock Cave, I guess. And then I guess I gotta go from there to Wardon. Who has the spoiler lock? Sunrise Banana, is it not? I mean, I guess it is. Progress is on Stargame. I am tempting fate here, I know. Every time you call out a check that you're thinking about doing, and then you don't do it. I know. I know. Tale as old as time. No, but for real, the Shadow Crystal can't be there because, Claw Shot isn't locked behind that. Like, isn't locked behind the lantern in any way. But the reason I want to push this is because Iron Boots were, and Oro's Memo is also lantern locked. So, if it turns out that Ordon Link's house is not Shadow Crystal, then the only lantern checks I have left are out in the desert. So... And I'm pretty sure this item path is pointing towards, like, the end item. And so, it has to be Iron's Lock. So it would be either the desert, or it'd have to be back in Goron Mines on the Claw Shot check, which I couldn't do, because I didn't have Claw Shot in my first visit. And I didn't take the Akuku at the point that I could've. Just didn't take it. God, man. Okay, so... Lantern... There's the Oro's Memo. Double Claw Shot! Oh my god. Oh my god, this seed. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Shadow Crystal's gonna be my last item? Now it can be in the Lanayru Spring. On those two checks. But I don't want to go that way yet, because I'm going from here to Ordon to make sure it's not that check. And then I'm just basically going from Ordon, I'm circling back around to Lake from there. In order to... Actually... Maybe it's faster to dive down into the chasm to get to Lake. Actually, yeah, it would be from my spawn. So actually what we do is we go to... hi, Epona, by the way. What we do is we go to Ordon, and we do that chest with the lantern, and then we go to... we then return to spawn after that. That's what we do. And, that'll put me at South Castletown. Biologically, you see most colors. So basically right now, Andy, I basically need Gale Boomerang and Shadow Crystal, because I know where Ball and Chain is already, and we have Gale Boomerang, I'm pretty sure, just path hinted straight up in Sacred Grove, and I can do everything in Sacred Grove. It's just I need Shadow Crystal to get that item. So Shadow Crystal is the last item I'm actually looking for at the moment. That's a rupee. Okay, we know the double Claw Shot chest here is hinted to be foolish, so I'm not gonna grab it. Don't care about it. I think actually the Chasm chest in South Castletown's not been hinted yet, so I guess I'll do that as I then go to fall down. The Shadow Crystal is in another check. I mean, of course. Alright, it's time to see which gate key that was that I got earlier. Okay, it was the other one. So yeah, we would need the other to get to Farron Woods without the wolf form. Which kind of sounds unbelievable if that was to be the pathing of the seed. To get the Shadow Crystal, is if both gate keys were required. I suppose that'd be one way to relax the logic a little bit on that, is if you wanted it to be more likely to happen, you would just start with one of the keys, and probably the one that I already found just now, because the other key, the one that locks the front, is more logically interesting of the two. But I don't think I don't know. I don't know. It's a little rare. It's a little rare to. It's funnier if you need both, I guess. But if I wanted it to be more likely for a situation like this to pop up, then I would start with one of them. Okay, so, alright. What wasn't there? Alright, go do the Chasm Chest, into Lanayru Spring, into the desert. I think that makes the most sense right now. Okay. See, this is part of what I like shuffling Shadow Crystal, is like, you get some seeds like this where you have to navigate the overworld and you're using things you wouldn't normally use because you would otherwise just warp everywhere. And you're seeing things the way I'm routing this where you just wouldn't be that way. Yeah, Tom. Two tornadoes so far. Oh my gosh. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my gosh, Danielle. Yeah, I hope you're being safe. Hope everything's okay. Your wallet was at home. What a surprise. I know, right? Wow, I'm really surprised. No structural damage so far. We have flooding all around us, though. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad you're safe. And nothing, you know, particularly... nothing in particular has, like... you know, you haven't suffered any, like, major damage. Sounds like. Besides the power outage. But... Alright, so Bulbin Camp and the Lantern Chest. That's pretty much all that is out here. So, it might be that I have to double dip or on mines. We'll have to see. I don't know. So much rain. Oh, jeez. Third place is fine. Well, that's good. When is the total carb right now? We'll take care of that. Right. That's foolish. I think that's part of Gerudo Desert anyway. No choice but to go forward. Couldn't turn around. Yeah, I bet. Alright. Only other check. Alright. Wasn't, behind the Oro's memo. Okay. Alright, let's buy the ball and chain, and then... I guess I'll do Star Price since I'm here now again. Yeah. And then, after that, I guess I'm just going to... back to Goron Mines for the one chest. No, it wasn't him. Was it? No, it wasn't. Was it him? No, it wasn't him. It was the other dude on the way up, I think. Or no, it was the last guy. It was the last one. It was the last one. It was the last one. It's so insane that the last time I'm looking for is the Shadow Crystal of all things. And it's so buried in the seed. I mean, man, the worst possible... I guess I have to buy the water bombs. Yeah. The worst possible outcome is that it's the Zora's Domain check I could not do with the Zora armor. But I'm also starting to think it's, like... It's actually the, getting to Farron Woods with, both of the gate keys. Which would then mean that that I'd have to check everything to find both gate keys. Or which would just be the one gate key, actually. Because I already found one of them. Okay. I'm trying to think, are there any other, like, Iron Boots checks besides... I don't think so. And there aren't any other Lantern checks either. I think, which way is faster? I guess going this way is faster. Is it? I mean, yeah, I guess it is. It is faster. Go this way to go back to CAC. On my way, I can check the Farron Field, bridge chest. Yeah, bridge chest. Whatever. It feels like it's earlier on the path. Would make sense. I don't think there's any other double claw shot checks. You know what would be messed up? Is if the seed wanted me to beat Palace of Twilight by going through Arbiters, like Foolish Baron Arbiters. But I know that's not what it wants me to do. Okay, that's... yeah. Yeah, so it's a setting. You press R to speed it up. In races, they don't have this on. And I don't really understand why they don't. Unless there's, like, something broken about it. But the Season 1 settings that I chose as, like, the base for this... didn't have it on, and I've looked at, like, the Drehead weekly stuff. Like, their next upcoming tournament or whatever. And I didn't see it on for that either, for those settings. So there must be some reason why. I don't know what exactly, because, like, as far as movement goes in this game, you've basically just got Epona or Wolf Link, and I feel like 90% of the, I feel like 90% of the movement in this is Wolf Link and not Epona. If it is Epona, I'm surprised, because I feel like calling for Epona wastes a lot of time compared to just being a wolf. Alright, anyway. So we're going back into Goron Mines. Because of the one Clawshot chest in there. That I could not get. That's like one of the only Iron Boots locked checks left. Because the other one is the Zora's Domain underwater chest that I could not get because of not having water bombs when I was up there the first time. It was so stupid that the seed possibly wanted me to backtrack to go buy water bombs just to do that check in my first pass. And I specifically chose not to, because I figured, what are the chances? And, you know, every time you think that, Rando is like, chances are high. Now, I did say it's very possible that I'm looking for the other Farron Woods gate key, and that's how Lantern is pathed to Shadow Crystal. Because it's at Farron Woods on one of the two checks right before Forest Temple, or it's inside Forest Temple, and I have to dip Forest Temple without Gale Boomerang. So, we're back again. Oh, I gotta wait. I mean, this revisit could have been a lot better if I got the Akuku. I would have done it as soon as I had Claw Shot. But I just didn't take the Akuku because I don't know if I'm gonna enter another dungeon or not before then. You know? Because if you enter another dungeon, then your Akuku basically gets deleted. Which is terrible for, like, a dungeon work item. I don't have to shoot these guys, I don't think, but I just was going to. In case, like, them being alive initiates that cutscene again or something. I feel like it's a one-time cutscene, though. Yep. Okay, so where do I go from here? I guess I just return to spawn. Okay. Alright, so now we go do... Alright, let's go do the amphitheater owl on the way to Zora's Domain again. Because now I'm getting down to where it's like... I am looking for the gate key that I don't have. See, this is an instance where I wish it was just... where the Shadow Crystal itself was just path hinted. The item path hint here is not helping. I guess if it was path hinting Faron Woods to... I don't know what it would path hint it as, but I guess maybe as, like, to Zant, because that's what you need it for. It wouldn't help the situation when I was looking for both gate keys anyway. Because if I'm looking for both gate keys, I don't think this is... I think this is going to be too... Yeah, it's not going to be close enough. He stared at the arrow. Nope. Okay. Alright, so in terms of checks, I think I'm literally down to... What am I down to? I'm down to Zora's Domain, underwater, and Faron Woods, the owl statue. I think that's it. So I think the sea did do me dirty. And it maybe is the Zora's Domain underwater. Otherwise, there's a logic issue. Because I've done everything with Lantern that I can think of. I mean, this is literally the last thing that Iron Boots locks. Okay. This is the last thing that it locks, so we don't need to check yet. This was just a very specifically terrible location if this is the Shadow Crystal. And it's just because I didn't want to... I think anybody would not have turned around to go get the water bombs. I think anybody would have just said no. No to this. That was close enough anyway. It was just so insanely ridiculous that Zora armor was on the way. Yep, there it is. Yep. Alright, not my last location, but good lord. Good lord. Alright, so now I just go to Sacred Grove and that's go mode, dude. It's one of the two checks. Actually, there's a couple. There's a lot of checks. I have to do this first. Oh my goodness, man. Ugh. Of course it was the very check I said I didn't want to turn around for. And I should have. Because I knew it was part of the path. The item path. I knew it was. Very cool Shadow Crystal placement, I gotta say. I might be upset about how that rolled, but I think that was really cool. That was insanely cool how it was locked. I guess in the grand scheme it's like 3 spheres for that? Or 4. It might be 4 because you need bombs. And then you need to take your bombs and you need to go to Zora's domain that way. I should have just gone with my gut and ran back. But what are you gonna do? It's not that. It's a very hilarious location, though. Really cool to see that happen. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't in Goron Mines, because I think that would have been cooler. Because it would have been that means it was that would have been a forced go the normal way. But in this seed, it's actually optional to go the normal way. See, now, if I had had a Zora's Domain path hint instead of the item path hint, I absolutely would have turned around and bought the water bombs. But because of the item path hint, I thought there was a chance that it was possibly locked behind the Oro's memo because of Iron Boots. But it's rando. Okay, so we could have just done the other thing. Got it. Okay. Alright. Well, I did that because it's the worst checks of you know, out of all 5. So... Or all 6, rather, because it's 3 versus 3, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I lost a little bit of time because I pushed that instead of... I pushed that instead of pushing these. Kinda sucks we gotta search 2 dungeons for boss keys at the end here, but... Oh well. There it is. Okay. Honestly, well-hinted seed, just... The item path hint, like, it works. Like, you know that that's of the most, like, of your locations left, that is the most likely. But... It's probably your worst location out of all of the ones you have. Like, if it hinted the underwater Goron instead of the stock cave lantern chest. That maybe would have been better, but... Still, I'm glad we got a seed where Shadow Crystal was in an interesting location and it didn't bug out. Break cannon again? What do you mean? Aw, I thought it was gonna be instant boss key. That would have been so good. Oh, not saving the monkey? Oh. Okay. Well... This has a lot more checks that are faster to get. Can you please be on this side of the dungeon? Please. It almost never is on this side, I feel like. The boss key. Like, this is the faster collection of checks. And they're, like, in terms of how they're grouped. It's not even, like, about the fact that this is normally the side you go on in vanilla first. It's just that... It's just that, It's just that this is just faster if the boss key is on this side. Because then you skip everything else on the other side. Nope. Okay. Rando decided to be Rando at the end and just make me full clear the dungeon. Cool. Save the monkey. I'm not a monster. What the heck? I'm just playing the game. Oh, well. Alright, I guess we're getting this chest first then. We're gonna have like 15 hearts by the end of this one because of the Palace of Twilight boss key. And this boss key. It's really both. Vanilla boss key. Okay, dude. Okay. Alright, well, that is the only way to make this any faster. Is that, so I guess I'll take it. No, I mean, that probably saves me... It still saves me a lot of time, like, in the dungeon, I mean. There's a lot of things I still end up skipping with that. Crazy part of the seed is that this is almost an entirely human-only seed, too. Like, it almost gets there, where, like, you could beat Arbiters to get to Palace of Twilight. Well, I mean, you would need Wolflink still, but in a world where you could skip to the boss, then you wouldn't. But, yeah, I guess you couldn't do that, yeah, because you need Wolflink. But, almost an entirely human-only seed. Almost. Oh, he ate it. Oh, that's really annoying. My gosh. I hate how random it seems to be. Thank you. That took way too long. Gotta hope for a fast boss key in Palace of Twilight. I want to cut the 3 hours for this one, but I don't know. See, I think it's really interesting how I'm doing Shuffled Shadow Crystal, and I'm still finishing within the same time as if I had warps. Right? I don't know if that's just... I mean, for this seed, that might just be because it was Forest Temple and Goron Mines. But I don't think so. I feel like part of it was... part of it is definitely, like, the actual routing, like, working out as well. Alright, where's the boss key? Do we have this hint yet? Probably not. Yeah, I mean, of course not, right, because it's just gonna say it's barren, which is, like, not useful. think it makes sense just to get this guy to be spawned. There. Okay, now we don't... Now we'll just go down. Clear the dust. Clear the dust. Clear the dust. Wish I could get him right there, but... Oh! I was about to say, no way that's the boss key already. That would have been insane. Okay. I always forget how this room goes. I swear it's almost never this side of the dungeon. Like, the statistically higher odds for the boss key is not that side. Well, these will be really rich by the end of this seed. Oh my gosh, dude. Yep, it does not want me to just finish. It wants me to search the entire dungeon for the boss key. This is why we need that boss key hint so bad for this dungeon. Like, I like having it in the pool of dungeons because it's interesting, but... Wait, did I... Oh, I didn't get a chest. Oops. Hold up. I missed a chest somehow. I don't know how I missed a chest. I thought I got that one. Oh, it's at the front here. That's how I missed it. Whoops. Okay, well... It wouldn't have mattered. Beyond this point hint. Yeah, because that would tell you right away if the boss key is in the center or if it's at the front. Because if it said no boss key back here, then you know it's at the front. If it says boss key back here and something good back here, then you know, okay, I gotta go through the center. Right? You missed a very funny shadow crystal placement, by the way, Isaac. Very funny, but also really interesting. Where was it? Underwater Goron in Zora's Domain. And it was because Zora armor was on the way there, technically, in the Lanayru Field underwater chest. But I didn't have water bombs going up the first time. Because I decided not to, because, like, it wasn't... Like, Shadow Crystal itself wasn't directly hinted in Zora's Domain, like, path in Zora's Domain. I was just going up there because I presumed that with early bombs and ball and chain, that I was gonna have to go up there anyway. And up there in the fishing pond was the first claw shot in Upper Zora's River. There was an insanely interesting, like, pathing to get it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, because basically what happened is you get Zora armor and you have the choice to double back to Kakariko, or you just keep going, right? And most people, like I did, would just keep going, because if you go back and you buy those water bombs and then it's not underwater Goron, then you wasted a lot of time. So, I did the right thing, but unfortunately, rando be rando, right? So, it was my second to last location I had left. Because also what happens is in this seed is that you can go to Goron Mines before that if you want. And there's a bunch of stuff in Goron Mines, but you don't have a claw shot. So you're leaving behind the claw shot chest in Goron Mines. So with Iron Boots being essentially path to the Shadow Crystal because it's Lantern to Shadow Crystal and Lantern locked Iron Boots, you're like, well, I'm gonna go and do Goron Mines first, because that seems pretty likely. And you pull 2 swords, you pull bow in there, you pull, what else in there? I think you pull the second Dominion Rod there? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. I think there's... Yeah, I think it was just the bow, the 2 swords, and then... Yeah, and that lets you be able to beat the dungeon, right? First trip. Oh my gosh, dude. Not gonna... Okay. And then, from there you have to decide... I knew it. God dang it. Okay. Oh, I was like, am I gonna get on there? Oh, it was really interesting pathing. I really enjoyed it, but... Because otherwise you typically just see it, like, really early, right? And this seed is still coming under 3 hours, just about. So... I can't complain too much. Because of how stupidly well-routed this was for me. It's just... That underwater Goron was just something that, like, I was never gonna just, like, double back to Kakariko to buy water bombs. Or, when I knew I also had a, when I knew I also had an Oro's Memo on the Stock Cave, the Elden Stock Cave lantern chest, right? So, like, of course, you'd think it'd be talking about that at worst, right? It turns out you have to go to Stock Cave anyway, though, because Double Claw Shot is there on the non-lantern chest, so you don't even waste time that way, either. There was also a chance that I had to find the other Farron Woods gate key to get to the front of Farron Woods to get Shadow Crystal in the chest or the freestanding in front of it, but that didn't happen. Or the cave chest after the first gate. But that didn't happen. But that was something that was also on my mind. Nice. Sounds... Shoutouts to cake. Having some cake. Heck yeah. Getting cake. Eating cake, enjoying it. What the? That was weird. Oh my gosh, Yellow Pikachu. Yeah, I don't have that Gunzor zone that does. Well, not the only one, but the only person that I know that has that command anyway. I know you know that I know that you know. Yeah, I know. Wow, I actually got him. I actually got him. Jeez. Yeah, Danielle's unfortunately dealing with a heavy, rude storm. Very bad storm. Alright. Can I do this better than last time, please? Well, the answer is no. The answer is very much no. Okay, the answer is maybe yes. Maybe. Depends on how the next hits go. Oh my gosh, Diecat. To the surprise of the other two? Oh, that's cute. No. Okay, nope. Yep, the answer is nope. I am not doing this better than last time. Cool. Cool. Okay, well that's a little better, but every time, and the sky's turning bright white. Oh my gosh. You can't see the actual, wow. Jeez. Well, I missed. Okay, better than last time, but barely. Oops. Well, that sucked. Okay. Cool. On the ground outside of Nashville? Oh my gosh. I'm hoping for the best, Danielle, that nothing happens. Yeah, Tom, it's a decently length fight, but it's about as long as, like, I would say about as long as Argarok. I think it's about as long as Argarok. Argarok with Master Sword, I should be clear. Argarok with Ordon Sword is definitely longer than, Zant. There were people that were preemptively already, like, saying Zant is too long of a boss fight. And, I definitely disagree with that. And I do not think he's that long of a boss fight at all. Like, Argarok with Ordon Sword is much longer. I would complain more about that than Zant. But because Ordon Sword Argarok is super rare in the first place, it's fine when it comes up or whatever. Yeah, he needs pretty much every item. There are plans to relax that a little bit. By allowing the slingshot and the bow to hit the first phase instead of just Gale Boomerang. Because right now it's just Gale Boomerang, which is really, really bad. Because your path hints can get nuked just because, hey, you need this for Zant, and it's a Gale Boomerang. And it's like, oh. And that doesn't really help. Because, like, Gale Boomerang does not lock much in any seed at all. So, I don't know if there's any other plans for the phases beside the first one. But that would definitely help. Randomize his phases like K-Rool. Maybe. I think the problem with that is if you do that, I mean, if you made it so it was only, like, 3 phases out of... How many phases was that? Is that, like, 5 or 6? Let's see, you have first phase, which is the forest, the wrestling, it's already 3, the underwater one, the Morpheal section, basically. And then you have... After the underwater is that the one where he's Ook? Yeah, that's 4. And then 5 is the ball and chain, and then 6. Yeah, so it's 6. It's 6 phases. If you randomized it 3 phases, 3 Zant phases, if you could randomize it where it's just 3 random Zant phases, that would be interesting. Still, it would be a good idea to have the either or situation for the first phase of Zant. But, at least it would change the item requirements every time for Palace of Twilight. So you wouldn't need every single item every time. And it wouldn't be about, like, necessarily reducing the phase length. Like, you could still have it as, like, a slider, where you could have all 6 phases if you want. But, like K. Rool, yeah, that would make a lot of sense, actually. I just don't know... Obviously, I have no idea on the feasibility of that, on a coding level. Because... while K. Rool is the endgame boss, Zant is a dungeon boss, right? And there's transitions to every phase, right? And I have no idea how those transitions work, right? You'd want the transitions to be about as smooth as they are normally, right? Yeah, you never know until you ask. Yeah, it's a, that's a pretty good idea there, Tom. That's a pretty good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that myself, honestly, because it very much is like K. Rool. Except he's got one more phase than K. Rool does. But it would make Palace of Twilight even more interesting than it already is. Just from the perspective of, okay, I might not need Zora armor and Zora armor this time, right? This time I only need... and then there's also, right, there's also the fact that, like, the Ook phase is a freebie phase. So... that is already, like, that already mirrors something like a Puff Toss or a King K cutout, right? That already mirrors that in a way. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting idea. I don't know if that's something... because, like, there is already, like, someone on, like, a side branch that has a setting to skip until the last phase. Which K. Rool phases are in? So... there are individual path hints to the K. Rool phases. So you'd see, like, for instance, Cremile is on the path to Diddy phase, Donkey phase, and Tiny phase, right? Or you might see Aztec Oasis and Totem area is path to Doga 1, Mad Jack, and, what's the last one? I don't know, like, Doga 2, right? Yeah, Helm has, like, Helm is lucky in the sense that it has, like, this panel thing that you can stick. They were able to stick, like, the sprites of the specific bosses and or, like, K. Rool phase Kongs to specify what your phases are. But for the most part, by and large, you find out through your path hints throughout the seed. I don't know about the hint real estate in TP Rando, one other possible solution, if you did try to pursue this idea, is to, like, stick it on the hint sign in the Palace of Twilight. Right? That'd be an appropriate place for it. If that was an idea that was interesting to pursue. To allow a setting to randomize the, Zant phases from all 6, which would just basically be the vanilla order, to, you know, from 1 to 6, right? You wouldn't have a 0, right? You'd have a 1 to 6. And the 1 wouldn't necessarily be you doing the final phase of Zant. It would be any of the 6, right? That's how it should work, right? I was not ready with the spin attack, dude. He is... Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, I tilted the stick a little too much. And that caused me to miss. Well, I got really lucky there that they didn't hit me. This is just a bad horseback now. I just needed to catch up to him to where he doesn't turn around and start trying to hit me. Now, this would have been a sub 3, but it's definitely not now. It's a bad horseback phase. Finally, sheesh. Dude! Zelda, please. Okay. Good God. Yeah, very bad horseback phase. Holy crap, dude. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And it's so funny too, because like the way Zant is set up with like how he does the transitions, it would kind of be amazing if it was smooth for like the phases that like it being random. But if there had to be loading like hard cuts, that's fine. But it's probably out of scope for 1.3, which is a shame, but... Assuming it's a feasible idea anyway. Because then you gotta have like a slider of some kind, or like a, yeah, like a slider like it is on TK64 Rando's site. And you've got to implement the randomization algorithm for it, which probably wouldn't be that hard, but I don't know, obviously, because, like, it is just, like, random boss phases kind of deal from 1 to 6, right? Well, not 1 to 6, but, like, random in the sense of it's picking, like, the number of them and which ones based on the number that you've selected. And then if it's just 6, it's just vanilla, right? It's just the vanilla order. And then if it's 1, then it's any one random phase of Zan, and not just the last phase. Anyway, GG. Would have been a sub 3 if barely a sub 3 if that horseback did not go as poorly as it did, but whatever. Whatever, dude. There was a cool idea being talked about in the chat. I always love talking about, like, cool theoretical rando ideas for things. I'll probably make a suggestion thread for it, I guess, after stream. Just to have it on the, see what Lunar says about it. Everyone's finished up their AP. Thank you all for the GGs, by the way. Let's see what the actual sphere was for that Shadow Crystal. I'm predicting it was sphere 4, but let's see what the rando actually says. No, it's actually sphere 5. It actually does Goron Mines. Oh, yeah, because the playthrough cheats a little bit. Yeah, it's doing Goron Mines at the same time that it grabs the Shadow Crystal, which a human player cannot do, but because it's in the same sphere as spheres as the two swords in Goron Mines. Oh, but the funny thing is that it grabs the bow from Lanayru's Spring instead of the French vanilla bow inside Goron Mines. I mean, it is the earlier bow of the two, but they're basically the same sphere to me. So actually a sphere 5 Shadow Crystal, that is pretty deep for that item, considering how required it is. But I mean, yeah, that is basically the seed, because it's only an 8-sphere seed. So most of the seed is you getting the Shadow Crystal, which is hilarious. But again, it had a lot of really interesting overworld routing and choice and decisions. It's just unfortunate that the time I was going up Zora's Domain, Zora Armor had to be on the way there, and I had the choice to go back to CAC and buy the water bombs. I should have thought ahead. I should have said, in case I run into Zora Armor, let me go ahead and buy the water bombs now on my way, because I could have done that. I could have, because I was on that side of the map, but I just... Yeah, was I? Yeah, I was on that side of the map. Yeah, I was. But I just decided not to. I think most people would have decided not to buy water bombs, because you have no reason to assume that water bombs are even required in the seed at all. So yeah. Thank you all for the GGs. Seed was fun. I liked this seed. Like, I like seeds that have, like, really interesting pathing to get something that is usually just Sphere 0 or Sphere 1. And Shadow Crystal being Sphere 5 is interesting because when most of the time Shadow Crystal is early, it's like, okay, what's the point of me shuffling Shadow Crystal, right? So, like, Spike is done with his donk. We're not gonna rate him, I guess. And Jacob is finishing up, it looks like. He's been live for 10 hours. Let's raid... Who do we raid? Oh, well, thank you, Kaliko. GG's. And hanging out. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Where are we going? Do I raid... Claire? Yeah, let's raid Flare. Let's raid Flare tonight. Sure. Why not? He goes over there, Flare. He's not doing any rando stuff. He's playing some Pokemon TCG Pocket stuff. So, you guys can chill with him for a little while. I don't know how much longer he's gonna go. Usually he does these ranked streams with that, and then they're like really short. So I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow I should be doing a... Probably the combo rando seed I meant to play today, tomorrow, and then I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow night. We'll just play it by ear. We'll see. But yeah, seed was very funny, haha, of course. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Night, bye-bye. Thank you for the GGs. See you all later. Good night.